Encantado de saludarlos. Estoy en este momento en Poznań, en Polonia, en el Congreso Mundial de Ciencia Política. Estamos representando el movimiento político MIRA, nuestro movimiento, con mucho orgullo, con mucha felicidad. Lo que hemos visto que a nivel mundial se está manejando en ciencia política es que hay mucha desigualdad. Y veo que el movimiento MIRA está haciendo algo muy importante, que a través de la religión tenemos unos valores y esos valores nos van a ayudar mucho para que desde la política podamos lograr la equidad. Siempre se trabajó con un modelo de promover las libertades desde el liberalismo durante muchos años, un modelo de la igualdad que era el modelo socialista, y hoy en día nosotros estamos comprometidos desde el miraísmo con un modelo de equidad, que es considerar al diferente y ayudarle para que tenga oportunidades, que haya oportunidades para todos y para todas. Por eso estamos hablando de equidad de género para la mujer, de oportunidades políticas. Estamos hablando de equidad con la población africana o afrodescendiente, afrocolombiana. Estamos hablando de los migrantes, equidad con todos los migrantes, con las personas que están en otros países, que son extranjeros. Y desde ese punto de vista, realmente vemos que nuestro movimiento MIRA está muy enfocado en lo que el mundo hoy en día reclama, en lo que el mundo hoy en día necesita. Por eso nos tenemos que sentir muy orgullosos de trabajar la equidad y también decirle a la gente que nosotros tenemos un origen cristiano y que con ese origen cristiano hacemos una labor política para todos, para creyentes y no creyentes, pero que en últimas lo que nos interesa es servirle a todos y que en todos haya esas oportunidades y esa equidad.
Politics and religion from Colombia's minority perspective. Good afternoon everyone, and I would like to thank the International Political Science Association for this opportunity. The political movement MIRA is a political party legally recognized by the Colombian state since 2000. MIRA's Christian origin has allowed it to express principles that derive from a religious background. This presentation seeks to demonstrate, mainly through experiences, the fact that it is possible to establish a harmonious relationship between religion and politics that yields tangible results that can promote equality in society. Part 1. Ideological aspects to build equality. We are going to speak of the relationship between religion and politics, and lastly, Miraism as the base and ideological foundation of the political movement MIRA. The political movement MIRA demonstrates that religion has many positives to contribute to politics, which promote equality. Unfortunately, in Colombia, the potential ties between religion and politics have been marred in public opinion, forcing a false perception that advocates for absolute separation between the two. This phenomenon is a form of secularism, presented as Professor Palomino stated, quote, anti-religious controversy that is more popular than intellectual. It is a form of debater laicism, largely oblivious to advances from the academic study of religion, and whose aim is to argue that the influence of religion in public life should be, if not eliminated, at least minimized. Quote, religion brings values into politics such as honesty, fairness, and equality. It is and can be a process that brings equality to society in general and to individuals in particular, both on a public as well as on a private level. Therefore, it is important to remember that the defense of religious freedom helped incite efforts to uphold other rights that came afterward. MIRA seeks to ensure that the relationship between religion and politics endures based on values that both settings share, which explains why MIRA's way of thinking and acting in politics gave rise to MIRAism, a political thought that was registered before the Patent Office of the United Nations on September 26, 2011. The basis of the MIRAism ideology consists of values, among which the following are fundamental: solidarity, justice, loyalty, integrity, and honesty, to build equality. In addition to these values, MIRAism has three core principles: truthfulness, coherence, and practicality. Truthfulness is understood as the statement of values as axiology. Coherence is that ethics moves from discourse to practice, becoming evident through facts and results. Finally, practicality is understood as acting with useful results with the essential aim of serving of society. These elements, taken together, contribute to the creation of a culture that effectively operates in public and political affairs. Part 2. Programmatic issues to build equality. The following are some of the results that MIRA's programmatic agenda, having both a religious and a political base, has brought to the regulatory scenario to promote equality. MIRA has authored a total of 49 bills. 80% of these bills have an eminently social character, seeking to bring benefits to the most vulnerable population in the country. Then there are three sets of bills. The first set seeks to improve the safety of women, youth, and children. The second set establishes measures to improve the health of the population, and the third set contributes to strengthening the creating of opportunities for young people, the elderly, and migrants, among other social groups. Part 3. An exhibition of good practice to build equality. The political movement MIRA, just as MIRAism, has encouraged the active participation of women, youth, and ethnic minorities. Also, it is significant that the only congresswoman in Colombia of African descent, Guillermina Bravo, is endorsed by our political movement. Another distinct practice of MIRA is the promotion of teamwork among elected representatives, referred to as vertical bench work. This model allows the execution of an articulated agenda from the members of Congress who have national jurisdiction alongside other representatives of the movement down to the assemblyman and or councilman of any department or municipality in the country. It is also noteworthy that to be endorsed as a candidate by MIRA, there is a requirement of permanence with respect to party membership. This prevents the potential of any electoral or economic criteria from becoming requisites for nomination as a candidate. The practice of values and principles proven over time is what is most important. Hence, the organization normally says endorsement by MIRA is a guarantee of understanding behavior. In addition, the political movement MIRA has also voluntarily implemented that separate system, which seeks that candidate lists to public election follow a joint approach, gender alternating between men and women along all positions in that list. As such, participation is more equitable, for the movement has nearly reached a 50% distribution between men and women candidates, exceeding the legal 30% minimum required by law. This form of gender integration of candidates lists goes hand in hand with single and closed lists without preferential voting, as used in the Colombian electoral system. The movement as identity expressed in the fact that its members and candidates build and share the ideological and programmatic proposals that the movement presents to the community becomes more relevant. It brings more value to the well-identified members of the collectivity, rather than the sum of individualistic efforts. The political movement MIRA has used it as a rule of thumb with a limited number of exceptions, since it considers these systems to be favorable to all citizens. Thus, the ideological and programmatic proposals that the movement presents to the community become more relevant. Such proposals place greater emphasis on the value of unity between well-identified members of a collective group, rather than the sum of individualistic efforts based exclusively on a particular candidate's electoral abilities. Moreover, thanks to the funding that the Colombian state gives to all political parties and movements with legal status, MIRA has been able to cover the cost of electoral campaigns so that people with strong public service abilities and political leadership qualities do not find their political aspirations hampered due to economic limitations. As part of another initiative aimed at fostering growth of MIRAism, training is provided to people who join MIRA. There is a School of Government which offers academic courses in leadership, politics, electoral matters, and community work, among other areas. MIRA has continuously strived to maintain forums that allow interaction with the community and constituents thereof. First, by using virtual tools such as social networking and websites, for which it has received awards by specialized public and private organizations, and also through the formation of thematic-focused and population-based committees that facilitate communication between society and the government to meet the needs of citizens. These practices to promote equality have been acknowledged by national and international organizations that have highlighted MIRA as the best political party in the Council of Bogota for over 10 years, the political party with the most active Congress members in terms of debates for political control and authorship of various bills, the most organized political party to nominate candidates, the organization with the best political website in Colombia, and in 3 different occasions it has been named the political party with the best practices to allow participation of women in politics, according to the ranking of equality of men and women in political parties in Colombia, led by UN Women and Gender Bureau of International Cooperation. Conclusion. After a 16-year historical assessment, it is clear that it has not been an easy matter for MIRA to face the political climate as it currently stands in Colombia, which has been a hostile one due to various circumstances. However, as a minority independent political organization inspired by an ideology that has a religious component comprised of principles and values, and as one that seeks to instill a sense of duty and accountability in its political practice, we have been able to overcome many of the obstacles that have come our way. The tightening of the requirements for maintaining its legal status, alliances against independent political expressions, religious persecution, hate speech fueled by a belief that religion should be completely limited to an individual's private life, or the manipulation of information to skew public opinion, are just some of the examples of such obstacles. In spite of it all, MIRA's electoral growth has been steady and constant. In 2000, the movement reached over 61,000 votes, and 2015, over 412,000 votes, signaling 700% increase from the first elections, including candidates of MIRA. Therefore, the motto for MIRA is clear: carry on to transform the way of politics is practiced using a foundation of religious principles that, while not imposed on anyone, do promote equality in a society with both believers and non-believers alike. Thank you.